delighted to round off the festival tonight with a wonderful guest at the end of what has been a wonderful week. Interviewing him tonight is Deirdre Shields. Deirdre is an accomplished journalist and she is also the editor of Warwickshire Living magazine. I welcome her and I welcome our guest, Larry Lamb.
Gavin and Stacey and EastEnders have made Larry Lamb a household name, but he's been with us for years and he really has worked with them all. In his autobiography, Mummy's Boy, he says, "I set out to be a movie star, but I became an actor, and it took me 30 years to learn how to do it." Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Lamb. I just wonder, what do people say to you when they come up to you? Does that happen?
Hello, Archie. I love you, Gavin and Stacey. People that don't watch EastEnders always say the same thing. I don't watch EastEnders, but I love you in Gavin and Stacey. That's what they say. And whereas people that love EastEnders generally say, "Do you mind if I call you Archie?" And then somebody says, "I hear you've got a story to tell, and we're interested in publishing it." And you know, I'm a published author. Only just learned to join my letters up. I mean, it's weird. And I'm a literary festival. I can't believe it. I've never been to a literary festival, and I mean, now I'm a guest speaker at one. You can fool a lot of the people a lot of the time, believe me.
But the thing that strikes me about it is this wonderful, really, lack of self-pity. Because you've been through some fairly rough times, but the tone, you never lapse into that sort of "I'm a victim."
No, well, it's like, you know, what is it like? Everybody's got their tough road to hoe, you know. And if you're in your 60s and you've had a good life and you've been around and you've met a lot of people and you've sort of become more of a person, thanks to what you've been exposed to, then, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's been an extraordinary ride, and I've been really, really lucky when, you know, I was this boy from Harlow who, you know, Lord only knows where he was going to go. There was no real path, and everything emotionally had been terribly, terribly upset right at the beginning. But there was something inside me just made me instinctively know that what I'd been dished out with in the way of a sort of a basic familial setup was something that I knew I could make better. And it took me, well, like, you know, it ain't perfect now, but it's getting there, and it's taken me 64 years to do it.
I know you say that you drew on the nice part of you. You describe it as your mum to play what you call the nicest dad in television, Shipman and Gavin and Stacey, which I'm sure we'd all agree. And you drew on your father to play evil Archie Mitchell.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about your dad and how that all
My dad was a badly misguided son of a drunk. And as much as their glorious mother could do to sort of try and control the house, it was an impossible situation with him. And so, unfortunately, what happened was my father learned how to dominate. And so my father set about dominating me, which was the only way that he knew how to control a boy. And so when it came later in life to be playing, you know, old Archie Mitchell, the self-righteous, know-it-all, Victorian father figure, it was obvious this attitude, particularly when it came to dealing with his relationship with his eldest daughter. It was just an echo of the way my father dealt with me. As I've said at the beginning of the book, much to my surprise, I found as I was writing the acknowledgements and the dedication that in all honesty I'd finally realised that I could forgive my father. And I never ever dreamt I'd be able to say that.
And going back to Gavin and Stacey, is that the family it appears to be on screen?
The great thing about Gavin and Stacey was the fact that we went away to do it. The problem with some of those programs is that you do them from home, and so you get into work early and you do your work and everybody goes home. And Gavin and Stacey was an away job. We went to Wales and we all stayed in a hotel in Cardiff. And that was really what cemented the relationships. It was the time after work when everybody sat around, and in the big lobby of this very modern hotel, there was a wall with these sort of gas log fires along them and big sofas and armchairs. And so gradually what evolved was Pam's parlour. And so every night we would congregate and Alison would sit there and we'd all sit around one of the fireplaces, and it became the sort of living room where we all got to know each other. And it was really odd because, you know, the first year that we were there in this hotel in the middle of Cardiff, there was a bunch of actors working there. Because then by the time we go back there to do the second lot, there's the people from Gavin and Stacey. And by the time we go back there to do the third lot of it, you couldn't get near the place because we'd become like sort of a major part of Welsh life. And it had all just grown up in the fireplace in the hotel in the middle of Cardiff. Quite extraordinary. But yeah, indeed, I mean, everybody, it was a real family affair.
His troubles got a strange way of showing itself. Troubles got a strange way of showing